Hi everyone, thank you very much for joining me today. It's absolutely fantastic to have you here. I thought I'd do a really quick tutorial on Amibroker and optimizing a trading system. Now, this is without a doubt the single coolest thing in the entire world of trading platforms or charting packages. At least that's what I believe. This is so fantastic. You are absolutely going to love it. What we're doing, optimizing a trading system, means that we can put in like a few different parameters, like, say we want to test a moving average and we want to test moving average crossovers from 1 to 100 days, like moving averages. We can test all of those within literally a matter of minutes and find the best one, and Amibroker will do it all for us. How good is that? I really do love this charting program. It's probably one of the best bang for your buck charting programs out there. But that's enough of my little rant. What we're going to do, well, let's just jump straight into it. First of all, we need to look at our Amibroker formula language, our AFL. And to do that, we click Analysis up the top here and Formula Editor. So that's our formula editor, and this is where we sort of write our formula or our code. What I've got is at the website, I've already got some here. You can just copy and paste that, or actually preferably you just type it out, because if you copy and paste it from the website, you might get a few extra characters or HTML characters, and it may not work. But if we do put that in, if we put that in properly, so if it doesn't work, just type it out and it definitely will work. Now, let's go through the formula language really quickly. The first part here is where we actually set up our optimizing, or our optimize setting. So first of all, this little bit here, fast MA length and slow MA length, these are simply arrays. So it's what they call arrays in the coding world. Now, I'm definitely not a coder, so I'll try and explain this easily. Basically, it's like an object. It's like you can create anything and you can call it anything you like. So long as if you go hi there, then every time Amibroker sees hi there, it will equal this little bit of code here. And when the code goes blue, so we've got our optimize function and it's gone blue, then you know that Amibroker recognizes it. It's very handy that way. So we're setting up this word to mean every time Amibroker sees it, it will optimize and fast moving average, or FMA. This is what we're calling it. So this is what the column will appear as, or FMA. This will be in our results. Now, the first one is 100 days. That's what we want it to start with. So if all else fails, we want it to be default of 100 days. Now, we want our minimum optimizing function, or we want it to start optimizing at 5 days. We want it to end optimizing at 100 days. So we want it to, in other words, between 5 and 100 days. And we want it to move up in 1 day increments. So how good is that? That's very, very simple, right? So that's our column. That's our default. That is our lowest sort of one that we want to start with. That's the highest one we want to end with. And that's the increments we want to move up, to test these in 1 day increments. Same deal for the next one. That's our slow moving average length, or slow MA length. Again, every time it sees that word, it's going to optimize. It's going to give us a column that says SMA. It's going to start with, as a default, 25 days, start with 1, end with 100, and move up in 1 day increments. Now, once we've done that, what we're doing is we're setting up our moving average. So again, we're doing it using another array. So this time we're creating a word. We're saying fast MA equals moving average, and we know Amibroker recognizes it because it's blue. It's gone moving average, the close of the previous array that we created before. So fast moving average length. So what that's going to do is it's going to give us our moving average of a closing price of the optimizing function that we just set up before. So I hope that makes sense. And then last but not least, so same for the slow MA function as well, moving average function. And last but not least, we set up our buy and sell parameters. So when we want it to trigger a buy, when we want it to trigger a sell, we want it to cross the fast moving average above the slow moving average, and vice versa for a sell. So all of this, when we do this, I'll show you exactly what happens. So we click Tools, we go to Send to Automatic Analysis, and it brings up our Automatic Analysis toolbox. Now, really quickly from left to right, we might want to use let's just back test it on the current symbol. So we'll back test it on the current symbol. You could also use it on a filter if you wanted to, like 100 stocks or a watch list that you've set up previously. Let's say we want to back test it over the last 10 years. We'll say from 2002 to 2012. No worries there. And so that's just under our range function. We click from. If we want the last 5 days, we just go, click this one. The last 5 days. Last 10 days. Last 300 days. Whatever we want it to be, but under these circumstances we're just going to go this from to and from range, so 10 years, the last 10 years. And we just quickly click settings, make sure it's set to daily because we want it to be a daily moving average, and report, we want it to be on trade list. Click OK, and then instead of clicking backtest, we actually click optimize. If we click on the arrow on the right hand side, just make sure it's set to portfolio optimization. That's the default, and that'll just help us if we're actually using 100 different stocks instead of just one. Click on that, and it says it might take a little bit of time. Do we want to proceed? Yeah, sure. And you'll find that within just a few short minutes, this actually will not take very long. It might take probably about 1 or 2 minutes all up. And as you can see, 3 minutes to go, in other words. So this is going to give us all of the details within about 3 minutes. It's literally performing 9,600 different back tests, which is just phenomenal. So it means that we don't have to do it ourselves. It means that the machine is doing it for us. So we'll come back when it's finished. There we go, it's finished. And so as you can see, it's brought up all of these results and a whole bunch of different things that we can measure our trading system by. First of all, it starts by net profit. So we could measure it by net profit if we really wanted to, but there are other ways that we can measure it by. Next of all, we've got percentage profit. Obviously, we've got compound annual return. Then we've got risk-adjusted return as well, and maximum trade drawdown, maximum trade percentage drawdown, maximum system drawdown. This is my personal favorite here. Over here, we've got compound annual return divided by maximum drawdown. So this just basically tells us if we the higher the better, obviously, and it just tells us the system that works the best, that has the highest compound annual return versus the maximum drawdown. Apart from that, we've also got things like the number of trades here as well, the average percent profit and loss, the average number of losers around about here somewhere, the average number of winners here as well. So yeah, so a lot of really fantastic stuff. And then right at the end, it shows us see these columns that we set up before, the FMA and the SMA, fast moving average, slow moving average. As you can see on this particular stock, I think we were testing this on the All Ordinaries, the fast moving average is actually a little bit slower than the slow moving average, which makes this not a trend following system. It actually makes it a mean reversion system, so the opposite of a trend following system. And so yeah, so it just gives you an idea of which ones might be more successful on this particular stock during that particular time, and it gives you a whole bunch of things that you can test and measure it by, just to make your job a little bit easier as a trader or investor. And obviously it's not just for moving averages. You can use it for any other tool. You can use it for Bollinger Bands. You could use it for highest high values, for a whole bunch of other things. Basically, whatever your poison is, choose that one, and you can use optimizing to your favor or to your benefit. Guys, I hope that has helped in some small way. Happy trending until next time we meet, and bye for now.